Hello and welcome back to my channel Free Trade Analysis. If you are new to my channel, I am Vaji Kazmi and I do analysis of several forex pair indices and cryptocurrencies for you guys on a daily basis. And I give you some intraday particular scenarios for your easiness. So if you want to trade accordingly, please like my channel and subscribe to it, and also do not forget to click on the bell icon so you guys can receive regular updates from me regularly. And if you are short on time, I have given timestamps below and on most of my videos, and I will try to continue in doing so. So just go to your particular pair that you want to trade tomorrow, and you guys can easily have all the possible scenarios, and just wait for the right moment to enter, and have a good trading day. Okay. And if you guys want to give me any sort of feedback, positive or negative, it is most welcome. So now let's start off with the dollar analysis. First of all, the DXY analysis, from where we left off from the last time when it was 26th of August. And it was the Friday, the market was about to close, and the move we didn't expect much. So and it was valid till Monday. So today we can clearly see that some of our scenarios have been hit exactly. So we gave you this sell scenario. This did not happen. We gave you these scenarios. These did not really come into play at all. This scenario came into play beautifully, which was a buying scenario, which was a risky buy if the market closes above this area. This was a good buying setup, and another buying setup was given if the market closes above this area. You guys can clearly see that if you guys would have taken this trade as well, then you guys could have also gotten maybe a break even. And a third scenario that we gave you was this selling setup if the market closes below this area. And as you can clearly see, when the market closed below, the market went down several pips and gave us good profit. Now let's see that how much profit did we make out of all these particular moves. So first of all, the latest move that occurred for us was when the market closed below this area. Okay. From here, so this would have been our stop loss, and this would have been our take profit, which is 1 by 1.8, good 1.8% profit from this trade. In buying setups, when if we would have entered from here, our stop loss would be over here, and our take profit would be somewhere around here, which is 1.4%. And this is good, approximately 1.4 plus 1.8, which makes it approximately to 3.2% profit from these two trades. And this setup, how you would have traded on this setup, this would have been somewhere like this. When market closed exactly on this area and closed above, when market tested this area and closed above this area, if you guys would have entered here, definitely a stop loss would have been it. But if you guys would have entered here, then you guys could have made some good profit till here. So if I consider this as a 1% loss, and if I test this area as my profit target being hit, that would be approximately uh, let me just close it down, 2.8% profit. 2.9. Yes, it would be 2.4% profit. Yes, at least 2.4% profit from this trade. So all these would be very beneficial for us. So 3 to 4 good trades have occurred from the dollar analysis from the last time when we were analyzing this pair. Okay, so now let's remove all the previous scenarios and let's try to identify the new setups that could come into play. Okay, so just let me just remove all drawings and let me set up new drawings for you guys. Okay, so as you guys can clearly see, we are in a good buying setup in this pair. If I turn on the moving averages, you guys can clearly see that this 200 moving average, exponential moving average, has been tested beautifully from this level, and the market has gone up a huge time. Now the market is once again testing the 100 moving average, and it is going up again. So we can clearly see that the buying momentum is there in the market, and market is playing good with all the odds. So the current swing high that we have is approximately this area. Okay, so this area is our what we can say our swing high right now. Okay, I am marking this in red because this is our swing high. So what do we expect? That if the market reaches this area, then we expect the market to at least go above to close below this zone. Okay, so as you guys can clearly see that the previous time our previous swing high was at this level. Okay, we gave you this resistance area previously, and you guys can clearly see that when this resistance area was broken, the market went down quite a bit and we got good profit out of it. But now you guys can clearly see that this area would be also now considered as an area of resistance, and this area is now becoming our area of interest. Okay, rather in the recent time frame, this area is now becoming our area of support. So I am marking another area of support, which would be from here. Okay, so this is our minor support area. I am marking this in green color so you guys can easily identify the supports and resistance zones. Okay, so if we also enter the Fibonacci, let me just mark a Fibonacci level for you guys so we can have a good understanding that what has happened till now. Okay, from here till here, how much the market has covered. Okay, so from when the market was the swing low was approximately 107, and the swing high has been uh 1.109.4. Okay, so now you guys can clearly see that the 50-point mark has been tested. Let me remove these and let me just open this further so you guys can have a better understanding as to what the market is doing with us over here. Now you guys can clearly see that this Fibonacci level, the market has retraced at least to the 50% beautifully, and now market is reacting to this Fibonacci and going up again. So Fibonacci level has been tested, and now we expect the market to go up further. It has tested all the potential that the market currently has. So our first major level of resistance, minor level of resistance rather, would be this area. Okay, this area would be our minor level of resistance. So if we are looking for a buying scenario, we would like to see the market to go up from this level and to break this area first of all, and then test this area again, something like this, and then market to close with a positive buying candle, then we would go for a buying setup. Another buying scenario would be that if the market closes above this resistance, this short-term resistance line and this short-term resistance zone, then we can take a risky buy and go in the buying setup straight away. Okay, since this area has been tested, I would definitely go long from here, and let me just take a long position from here, because I think that this would be a good setup for me to take a trade. Okay, so as you guys know clearly that my favorite point of target is 1 point from 1.3. Okay, so let's see that if it gets hit in this trade or not. Okay, so what I am giving you the next selling scenario would be that if the market closes below this area, okay, which is here, okay, market closes below this area and market respects this area again, and market closes below this area, so we would go short. Okay, but the selling scenario is I would not be really be interested, but still anything can happen in this market, so this would be a selling scenario. And a risky selling scenario would be that if you would just straight away go short if the market breaks this area, but this is highly unlikely. And the swing low would be that if market somehow touches this support area and market gives a good buying opportunity, then we will just take a long trade and take some risk, and hopefully we will get some good profit out of this trade. Okay, just keep an eye out for this area, that if the market reaches this swing low, then we will go high, and if the market reaches this swing high area and gives us opportunity to sell, then we will short from here. Okay, so now let's move on to our next pair. I am not giving you too many scenarios because I think that makes all the people confused. So this buying setup is for a safety buyer, this selling setup is for a safety seller, safe seller, and this setup is for a risky buyer, and this setup is for a risky seller, and this is for someone who is looking for a good support area for buying. This is the best area, this is a swing low, and this is a swing high. Okay, so we have to look out for these scenarios and take the trade accordingly as per our risks and as per our financial situation. Okay, now let's move on to the Euro USD pair. I think I gave a lot of scenarios, and the last time we were discussing this pair, the market was at this area. Okay, market was at this point. I gave several trades, but the trade that was executed was this selling trade, which was given that if the market closes below this area, then we go short straight away. Another selling opportunity was given when if this trend line was tested, but this trend line was never really tested, so even this scenario did not came into play. Third scenario that came into play was that if market had entered this support zone, then we would go long straight away, and this scenario came into play beautifully and we made huge profit out of it. And another area that was given was that if market re-enters this area and it is able to break this area, then we will also go long from here. So this good buying setup and this good buying setup came into play beautifully, and we must have made some good profit out of it. Okay, so all the other scenarios that were given did not come into play. Now let's see that how much profits did we made today in all the setups that we gave. If we were a risky seller, then we would have definitely sold from this area, and approximately the amount of profit that we would have made would be somewhere like this, at least 2.8% profit from this first selling setup. And the next buying setup was clearly given that if market enters this area and breaks above this area, it was definitely this trade. From this point we could have easily enter a trade with this would be our swing low and this would be our swing high. So the profit that we would have made from this trade would be 11.68% risk to reward, which is huge and exceptional level of reward that we would have made from this trade, and this is huge, huge, huge. Okay, even if this would be for someone who is a risky buyer, and if we were not a risky buyer and we would have taken a trade even from this area, even then we would have made a huge profit. For example, from here, if I set up a trade just below here, or even if we set up the level of what do you say, stop loss from here, even then we would have hit a good profit target of 1 by 4%. And if we were waiting for further confirmation of buying setups, that was from here, then still we would have made some good profit, and the profit would be till here approximately, and our stop loss would be approximately here. So still a 2.56% profit would have been achieved. So huge profits from the euro USD analysis that were given previously. Okay, so now let's remove all the drawings, and now let's set up a new chart for tomorrow so we can have better trading days tomorrow. Okay, so now you guys can clearly see that it this euro USD chart. Let me just put on some trend lines of moving averages. You guys can clearly see that all the moving averages are being tested, and then they are clearly showing that euro USD is in a selling trend. Okay, so now let us identify our swing highs and our swing lows. As today you can clearly see a new almost this low was tested again, and we made huge profit out of it. But now the retracement has taken place, and now we expect this area to be tested again. Okay, so now let us mark the areas of support and resistance. This would be our area of swing. What do you say? Swing high. So let me just mark it with red color. Now let me put on the area of swing low, which this area is still valid, so this area would be included. So let me just mark it with green color. Let me also put on a Fibonacci level from this swing high to this swing low. You guys can clearly see that 50 area, that 50.50% area has been tested and respected, and now it is being broken again. Okay, so the Fibonacci is also clearly showing us that the testing has been done, and then now the market is gonna push down. Okay, so if we mark the short-term area of resistance, that would be this area. Okay, let me mark it in red. So now the how will we be taking trades? We will be simply looking for yes, it is approximately a double top pattern has been hit already. So I would be looking for a short trade from exactly here. And if I am a safety trader, then I am going to look for this area to be broken first, and then I am going to go short something like this. Okay, let me just mark it more clearly. For example, this area is broken, and then once again then this area is tested and this area is broken again. I'm gonna go short. Okay, similarly, if I am looking for a buying scenario, then if I am a risky buyer, maybe I will go long straight away if the market breaks past this zone. And if I am not a risky buyer, I'm gonna wait for this area to be broken and then this area to be tested again. Okay, and then I will go long upon a retest. Okay, something like this. So I will be waiting for this scenario, and if I am waiting for a swing low and swing high, then I'm gonna go short from here. Let me just mark my color in red. And if I am a buyer, I am a risky buyer, I'm gonna go long from this swing low area. I'm going to look for a buying opportunity. Okay, let me just mark this area again. Okay, let me remove this and change its color to green. Okay, just wait for the setup to just wait for any one of this setup to come into play, and just trade accordingly. Okay, so this is our today's analysis for Euro USD. Now let's move on to GBP USD, that what's the pound analysis has for us. Okay, as you guys can clearly see that the pound the trades that we gave to you guys, they came into play beautifully. And if you guys can clearly see that when we were last discussing this pair, the market was exactly at this point, and now you can clearly see that we gave you a selling setup if the market breaks below this support zone. And if you guys would have taken this trade, then definitely you guys would have made a huge profit. The second setup was that if this area is tested again and market closes below this area, then you guys could go short, and that opportunity was given twice from this area and from this area. And if you guys still manage to somehow miss these profits, then I cannot really do anything about that. It was my duty to give you the possible scenarios, and those scenarios have worked out quite beautifully. Now let me just check the amount of profits that you guys could have made. That if the market goes below this area, you guys could have entered here. Your stop loss would be exactly above this candle, and the amount of profit that you guys could have easily made would be approximately a good simple 3%, 1 by 3%, which is a good 3% profit. And if you guys would have traded for a double top, then you guys would have gone short from here. Let me change the chart to 15 minutes for a better entry point. When the market went above this area and market closed below this area, you guys could go short till here. And once again, the market closed above this area and market closed below this area, you guys could go short till here. Okay, so now let me just take these setups again for you guys. For example, even if you took this trade till here, still you guys would be in profit of approximately 0.9%, even if uh, what you can say, even if you did not really uh, yeah, still if you guys did not exit on break even, okay, the 1% profit you would still be here. And from this point, if you would have entered after this closing, then your stop loss would be even tighter. And for example, somewhere over here, and the amount of profit would be exactly till here. Okay, so this would be a good 0.88% profit. Okay, so the zero point 0.9 and zero point 0.8, if you just add those up, this makes about 1.7% profit from these two trades and 3% profit from the previous trades. So this is approximately about 4-5% profit without really losing anything. So these are good setups that we gave to you guys. Now let's continue with our scenarios, and let's discuss that what GBPUSD has to offer us tomorrow. Okay, let me remove all the previous drawings so you guys can have a better idea that what the market is gonna be doing with us tomorrow. Okay, now you guys can clearly see that this is the 1 hour chart, and it looks like it is going in a selling direction. Let me turn on the moving average, and you guys can clearly see that the moving average of 200 has been tested beautifully, and now the market has gone below quite a lot, and it has retraced a little bit, but I don't think so that it has retraced at least 50%. So let me just mark the Fibonacci for you guys so you guys can have a better idea that approximately how much area has been tested. Okay, so we can expect the market to test Fibonacci till 50%, which is 1.177, and which is currently 70 pips down exactly. So maybe we can expect the market to go up further 70% at least tomorrow. Okay, and there is a good chance of that as well, if and that is of course if the market decides to return, of course. Now let's put on all the scenarios that we could have for tomorrow. Let me just have a look at the 4-hour chart for you guys so we can have a better idea, and you guys can clearly say that it is a descending channel, and the 4-hour chart is falling and falling, and this area will be our area of interest now. Okay, so let me just mark this area as an area of interest. This would be our resistance zone. Okay, and further the area of resistance would be this area, rather this area. So this would be a recent area of resistance. Okay, now let me just go back to the 1-hour chart so we can have a better idea as of from where we could have our swing highs and swing lows. Okay, so this complete area would be our swing low. So we are gonna wait. If this swing low is tested again, we will trade accordingly. So I'm gonna mark this area in green. This is our support area. Okay, so now another area of interest would be this zone, which has been recently tested as well. So let me just mark this area as an area of interest. Okay, so now let us have all the scenarios in play, and let me just put on all the trades that we could have. This would be an area of support. Okay, so what the market is gonna be doing with us tomorrow? Now let us try to have all the possible scenarios. If we are a risky buyer, we are gonna buy straight away if the market closes above this area. But if we are not a risky buyer and we would like to wait for a retest, we will wait for the market to close above this zone, then the market to retest this zone and once again close above this zone, then we will go long. Okay, something like this. And if we are a risky buyer, then maybe we could go long from if this area is tested and market reacts from this area in a positive direction, then maybe we can go long straight away. And if somehow market reaches this area of resistance of swing high, then we are definitely going to look for a short trade from here, and then this is going to give us a huge profit definitely. And if we are looking for selling setups, then we are gonna wait for this area to be broken. And if we are a safety seller, we are gonna be waiting for this area to be tested again, and then we are gonna go short. If this area, if market closes below this area, we will go short. And if we are a risky seller, then we are definitely just gonna wait for this area to be broken, and we are gonna go short straight away and expect the market to break this area as well. Okay, so these would be our setups for GBPUSD tomorrow. Now let's see that what market has for us tomorrow. Okay, now let's move on to gold. What the gold has in store for us, what we had, and what the market did with us, as with the scenarios that we were discussing previously. Okay, when we were discussing previously, the market was around this area, and from this area we gave you some buying scenarios, but they did not really come into play. We gave you a selling scenario that if the market breaks past this area and respects this area again and market close below, but this was not This did not happen as well. Only kind of a positive setup came into play when the market closed below this zone and market straight away went down, and this gave us a good profit. We would have traded when the market would have gone down in the 15-minute chart. Now let me just open the 15-minute chart so we can have a better selling. We can have a better look at the selling scenario. Yes, okay, as you guys can clearly see that if we were a risky seller, then we would have sold when this area was broken, and if even if we were not a risky seller and we were waiting for this area to be tested, and you could have easily gone short on this candle, because a retest had already occurred from this point, and from this point this was a really good retest and a good short candle had already occurred here, so there are double top had already happened, so you guys could have easily gone short from here, and if you were a safety trader or a risky seller as well, both could have gone short from here, and you guys could have made a good profit till here. Okay, now let me just put on the trade for you guys. If you guys would have entered from here, then the amount of profit you guys would have made would be approximately, just let me check that how much profit you guys could have made. I think the least amount of this is the most closer, which is 6.9%. Okay, approximately 7% profit easily. And if you were a non-risky seller and you guys would have gone short from here, oh, just let me remove this and take a short trade. Okay, so from here, if this was your stop loss, and still you guys could have made a good profit till here. Okay, so approximately till here. So this is a good 2.3% profit. So anyway, anyhow, if you guys would have taken these trades that we gave to you guys, then you guys could have made a good profit. Now let's go back to the trades that we gave to you further, and let's go to the 1 hour chart. Okay, another setup that we gave to you was from this swing low. Okay, now as you guys can clearly see that this swing low was broken, but when market once again entered this area, then you guys had to look for a good buying opportunity, and if you guys would have looked for a good buying opportunity, then you guys could have easily made good profit till here. Okay, let me go back to the 15 minutes chart, and you guys have to see that the market re-entered this area of interest, and market tested this area once again, and market you guys can clearly see that market broke past this area. Okay, and you could have easily gone long when the market broke past this area, and you guys could have made a good profit till here. Okay, now if you guys would have taken a long trade after this setup, then how much profit you guys would have been made till here? This would be approximately, okay, just wait, let me put on a trade. What is that? This is a good profit of 2.8%. Okay, so overall approximately 2% from the previous trade and 2.8% from this trade, this makes approximately 4-5% good profit in the gold as well. Okay, so now let's have a look at all the possible scenarios that gold would have for us in store for tomorrow. So let's remove all the previous drawings and look at what the gold is doing with us tomorrow. Now let me turn on the moving averages so we can have a better idea. You guys can clearly see that 200 moving average was tested here, 200 moving average was tested here. So market is respecting the 200 moving average twice, and if once again the market tries to go up and market has this 200 moving average area and respects this area, then market would go down further. Okay, the retracement has occurred approximately, what we can say that from this swing high to this swing low, then we can clearly see that 50% area has already been tested and the market is closing below this area. So this retracement trade has also been taken already from us. Now let me also mark what we can say that area trend line, which is this. As you guys can clearly see that this trend line is being followed in a good manner, once from here, secondly from here, thirdly from here. So, and you guys can clearly see that almost this trend line is being tested once again. Okay, then now let me also have a look in the 4-hour chart. Yes, you guys can clearly see that 3 times in the 4-hour chart this trend line has been tested already. Okay, and market is in a good selling scenario. Now let me go back to the 1-hour chart to have all the setups for tomorrow marked for you guys. Okay, this trend line has been marked already, and now let us mark all the swing highs and the swing lows so we can have all the best trading opportunities for us. Okay, you guys can clearly see that this is our swing low currently, and this is our most recent swing high. Okay, let me just mark this area. This is the most recent swing high. Okay, this zone is our area of interest or the area of resistance for us. Let me change its color to red. Okay, another area of interest would be this area. Okay, this is also an area of interest for us if the market tests this area. Okay, now let me just mark this area as my area of small support, which is this area, and this area is already acting as an area of resistance. Let me mark this area more clearly so we can have a better idea as what the market is doing with us. Okay, now as for the trades, that how we could take the trades. Now, for example, if as you can clearly see, the market is over here. If we want to go short and we are, if we are a risky trader, then maybe we could go short straight away. But if we are not a risky trader, then we are gonna wait for the market to go past this area and break this area, and then once again test this area. Okay, and then market if it closes below this area, then maybe we can go short from here, something like this. Okay, and for a buying scenario, there would be similarly, if we are a risky buyer, we would go long straight away if the market closes above this short-term support line and also breaks past this trend line. We are gonna go long, but I would definitely not be looking for long trades, as we can clearly see that gold is in a selling trend currently. So it's better to trade according to the trend. There are more chances as the market is going to follow the trading setups. Okay. Another selling setup would be from this swing high. If the market somehow reaches this area, then we have to look for a good selling opportunity. Then maybe we can go short straight away from there. And if the market somehow tests this area again, we are gonna look for a good buying opportunity from here. Okay, this would be our buying area. Okay, let me just identify another area of further support level. If we have any support in the near future, in the nearest level is approximately over here. Okay, this is after this this is our area of interest. Okay, let me mark this area of interest as well so we guys do not miss out on any on any buying opportunity that we could have. Okay, this was the previous area from where the market rose, so we are going to be vigilant if the market comes to this area at any given point of time, and then we will look for a good long opportunity from here as well. Okay, so just keep an eye out for this area of interest as well. It is 17, 11 to 14. Okay, this is, and also this is area of interest as well. Okay, well, these are all the scenarios for the DXY analysis, Euro USD analysis, GBPUSD analysis, and gold analysis, which is also XAUUSD. Okay, now if you are making good profits from my trading setups, then definitely please give me a thumbs up and give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and also click on the bell icon if you would like to receive regular notifications, and if you guys do not want to miss any kind of trades. Okay, I will be waiting for your kind feedback. Thank you.